All right, so if we go into the actual game view, you'll notice that the sprite is actually pretty clearly visible, even if the environment is entirely dark. Now, the reason why is because there's actually a light on the sprite. So I'm going to go straight into the blueprint of the player character, and you'll notice there's a little point light that I added in. Adding it in is as simple as clicking add and then just type in light, and you can add in any one of the lights. I'm currently using a point light. Now that little point light, if you look at its position, so that's the player over there. I simply moved it back a bit so that it produces light around the player. So that's why the sprite is visible. You can actually see the little brightness that it leaves behind. So that's how you have that on like a 2D sprite. So even if they're in a dark environment, they can still, be seen reasonably clearly. Now, there are a lot of little adjustments you can make. Like I could simply increase the intensity. I have the intensity set to 5,000. I could double it to about 10,000. And then quickly compile. So now, the light around the player character is like a lot brighter if you want that kind of view. And you could also adjust the size and range of the light. Like right now, you can see this attenuation range is where the light falls off. You can actually increase the fall off to give a bit of a wider area light if that's what you want for your scene. Personally, I don't like having like a super large attenuation radius. I prefer it to basically stop right around where the player sprite is when it comes to 2D lighting. Because I don't want it to interrupt like a lot of the other lights in the scene. I just want the player to be able to see what's going on. But there are other lights, like for example here, the portal also produces light, and I don't want to have too much overlap. Actually, this is why I set the intensity of the light to something like 5,000. That's the sweet spot, but you can experiment with this and see how you like how the light comes out. Now, the cool thing is, in a bit of a darker stage, it gives you that little touch around the character. However, if we were to open up, let's see, if we were to open up, let's not save anything here. Let's quickly load up another level. Okay, so it's done loading a completely different kind of level where there's going to be a bit more light from the sun. Like you can see the player point light. Oh, I need to increase the attenuation a bit. I think I made it way too short when I switched back. Perfect, around there. So now the sprite is still visible. However, even when the environment has a couple of more lights, that little light isn't going to interrupt them. So you still get that rich interaction with other lights inside of the scene. So yeah, expect a couple of more videos from me. I've had like a bit of pain around where my voice box is, but expect me to drop a couple more videos. And next up, I'm going to talk about how to actually make a little day and night cycle inside of Unreal Engine later.